Hey everybody, Jason Burmis here. And yeah, here's a story that I'm not, in love with having to do, but I just feel like the mainstream media is not going to talk about this. They're not going to tell you, and it keeps happening again and again and again, and it's in the backdrop, right? But it's not what they'll focus on. And why is that? Because it's a multi-billion, if not trillion-dollar business to pill you up. And so many times when I see a story that is incredibly grotesque and unfortunate, where somebody kills their entire family and then commits suicide, I think, wow, was that person pilled up? And you're probably not going to see this much in the United States media, but newly divorced mother who shot dead her three children, then killed herself in a triple murder suicide, was anti-gun violence activist who battled depression, anxiety, and lupus. Now here's the thing, depression and anxiety, she was all meted up. This woman killed her children and then herself. And you have to wonder, when you have all the warning signs that somebody could do something like this, and then you put them on, they obsess over guns. And this is why, the gun issue is much more complex. This is a woman who campaigned against guns, and what did she do? She used a gun to kill her entire family and her. Yet, we'll take the focus away from the obvious mass amounts of medication she was on. And that's what this article does, and it's grotesque. Meanwhile, and this really upsets me, and I want to get into, how they don't focus on the Dayton shooting at all because of the same thing, because this guy had all the signs of doing something nuts and was meted up. Meanwhile, a family of a woman killed in the El Paso massacre sues the 8chan website. Now, I'm not a big message board guy. I don't 4chan, I don't 8chan, I don't do any of that. I don't Reddit really. Every once in a while, someone will send me a link, I guess, from somewhere. But as you guys know, I think a lot of that stuff breeds just nonsense, right? I would never think to take it away as a free speech avenue or sue it because somebody was on the website and somehow it fed into their ideology. That's insanity, especially something as broad as 8chan. Flickoff, thank you so much. Thanks for the late stream. Keep up the great work. Thank you, Flickoff. I really appreciate that, bro. But seriously, think about how warped that is. Meanwhile, try suing the companies that were meting her up or the doctors that were meting her up before she butchered her family. And to get into the Dayton mass shooter and how the media obfuscates all this stuff. Number one, Connor Betts had all of the earmarks of somebody that would do something like this. When he went in to do it, it took less than 90 seconds to take him out. It was unfortunate, the weapon he used and how many people he killed. Absolutely. Headline, had drugs and alcohol in his system. First sentence. Oh, wait, the gunman in Dayton who killed 9 people had cocaine and an antidepressant and alcohol in his system. All right? And then later on, when you see, that he had a rape and a kill list, he was in some kind of a metal band, Porterground. And again, I love the metal. I'm not saying that's an earmark of you killing people, but he had a list to kill people and rape people, and he was expelled from school. And when he came back to high school unexpectedly, a third of the students left because they thought he was crazy enough to do something. And notice in this article that, again, they brush over the drug issue. Even on Cincinnati.com. Both students, and he's talking about a former classmate, talking to Betts, had a prominent role in their senior musical, Lewis said. That meant the two were alone together often. Lewis and Betts sometimes talked about not taking medication. Oh, maybe he was off his meds. No, he had them in his system. And they disassociate you from reality. Okay, these psychotropic drugs are extremely dangerous. Now, I'm not saying that I have all the answers. because I don't. And I'm not saying in some cases, maybe some of these medications do work, but 100% they are overprescribed. The fact that when you look at how many of these people, again, that take the lives of their children, of their husband, their wife, their daughter, and then take their own lives afterwards that are on these medications. Phil Hartman is one of those examples where his wife was all medded up, killed him in his sleep, and then shot herself. Come on. Oh, boy. You look at this stuff, and it drives you kind of nuts. Again, I'm not a fan of 8chan or 4chan, all right? But the idea that because somebody posts a manifesto or, they meme too much, or even if they're, a racist, bigoted piece of shit, just the worst type of shit-posting asshole, excuse my French, they should have that venue. They should have that venue, period. It sucks. Anonymous trolls are the worst. They're real. Most of the time, they're not Russian bots either. But guess what? They should have that avenue. Without anonymity on the internet, I don't know that internal thoughts exist much anymore. Most people post everything they do to social media, right? I mean, let's be honest, the vast majority of people, even if you don't, everything you do on these little magic devices here is tracked, traced, and databased, and now thrown into an algorithm where you're profiled. And I'm not saying that a VPN is going to save you using something on 8chan. I'm not trying to promote it, but the idea that a website can be sued, and yet something that is so directly related to these tragedies that are taking the lives of kids. Look at it. I don't want to get into how many of these mass shooters are on these medications, but you see it time and time again, and it's very obfuscated. It's not the main focus, because Bayer and all these other companies, they make big money prescribing this bullshit. And I'm done with it. Like, I don't know what to tell you. Your life isn't easy. My life isn't easy. Things will happen. They will upset you. You will get angry. You may not know what to do at some point. You may feel helpless. But I can tell you what's not going to help you. Trusting in a pill or trusting somebody in a white jacket that sees 25 of you a day and couldn't give a rat's fucking ass about you. Period. You're another number. And quite frankly, you're a more profitable number if you're on these drugs. Just saying. Harsh realities, folks. If you're feeling blue, if you're down, and believe me, we've all been there. Figure something out that you would be proud of doing, that you would be proud of achieving, and then figure out how you get there, what steps you can take. And before you know it, you might not even be there yet to where you want to be, but you've taken some steps. You're like, yo, this feels good. That kind of thing is always going to get you out of a rut more quickly than taking some pill that, quite frankly, is extremely dangerous. That's how I feel about it. Folks, if you like this video, now's the time to thumbs it up. And by the way, please check out the documentary film. See where I'm coming from, especially if you're new to the channel. You don't know exactly what I'm all about. Go check out my stuff. Go check out Loose Change, Final Cut, and Fabled Enemies so you can understand the international intelligence operation that was 9/11. I had somebody asking me in the comments, where I stand on 9/11. I'm like, look, man, go watch Fabled Enemies. I did a watch along this anniversary on 9/11 with a little commentary so I could throw some new information in. But overall, it hasn't changed. It's an international intelligence op. It's been used to take our freedoms, promote globalization, and implement a track trace database society that is in your face, and to build that new world order that's a joke to some people. Invisible Empire, a new world order defined. Check it out. Shade the Motion Picture. Again, all free on this channel in the playlist. We're doing 3 to 7 videos a day. So once again, please make sure you're thumbing these videos up and sharing them with others. You're joining the Burmese Brigade. You're subbing. We're at 35,000. Hopefully we'll be at 40,000 soon, then 50,000, then beyond. And by the way, I'm doing it with your help. This is the only thing I got. No Patreon, no subscribe star, no secret classes, no bonus material. I'm not holding anything back. Everything I do is for free and it's out in the public view. It's because of you guys, because it's never been about a conservative view or a liberal view. It's what's right and wrong, not left or right. I love you guys, and I will see you all on the flip side.